Hello guys, I'm Tasty Steve.
And I'm Rynge, and today we are here to bring you some analysis breakdown type of thing of Steve's match with Joe, the Johnny player from Cross Counter After Hours last week in Guilty Gear. So let's hop right into the match because I'm pretty new to this game. I just want Steve to explain some of the things that are going on right here. So let's start off with what is the overall main game plan for Johnny and Zappa?
Okay, well the thing is, as you can see, like Johnny has like spacing advantage regardless of what happens, depending on the summon I get, and even still, like my normals, unless I get the dog or I have to choose him around Johnny's offense. So basically, it's a read and react kind of thing, and then it's an anticipation move after that. He's doing a lot of damage initially. Like I really have to be careful because, like I said, as you can see, and just like that, the first round is over because the normals that he is choosing to use is stuffing the moves that I'm using.
Okay.
So right now I'm just trying to build space. I'm trying to see what he's going to go for, what kind of space I'm going to see what area of the screen he's trying to control. The only really good unsummoned normal that I have is Spit versus Johnny.
Okay.
So I had to be really careful, especially like if I got a summon that I couldn't use. Like I was like, man, I really needed dog, and now I'm back in a bad area where I don't want to be in. Even more so the corner, because all of his normals outrange everything I have except for Spit.
Okay. And what summon do you prefer in this matchup?
Dog.
Dog,
dog, and then Ghost.
Okay, dog and then Ghost.
Because if I can make him block, the pressure that I get is that much better. I can raise the guard bar, and then I can do a lot of damage with that one. Because if he hits me, he's taking away that much more, and it's a lot harder for me to get that. Yeah. And as you can see, he can do normals in air to chain into a combo. That took off a lot of damage on just regular RC. So basically, yeah.
And you mentioned that after the dog, it'd be the Ghost. And I want to talk about the Ghost real quick. Mm-hmm. So the Ghost, it has a really good normal where it sends like a punch out, right?
Yeah, stand and slash.
So that's stand and slash. So is that your main tool when you're like that right there?
Yeah,
that punch
because
right there?
Johnny's hitbox is so big, the stand and slash will hit him on block while he's crouching and while he's standing. And I need that to keep him honest. Because if I don't, like I said, look how much life I've lost. Yeah. Did a bad burst. Look how much, that's 80% life right there, and he's still jumping to that same part of the screen where I can't do anything. Push me to the corner, almost got an air combo, and that probably would have ended the round. So now I have Rao, and I have a lot more control.
Okay, this is a situation I want to talk about. So what are the properties of Johnny's super right there?
Johnny's super, even though the sword's really small, the hitbox goes at like a diagonal angle, like right above him, and it'll hit like any physical move that you stick out there. So, and if it goes into an automatic animation. You can't RC it. It's just that, and it takes off a nice chunk of damage. So. Okay.
And then to get back to the Ghost real quick, so there's a Ghost tied to Johnny right now. Yeah. What's that about? Explain that to me.
It puts a curse on him and it drops random items, like a ping pong ball, a potted plant, and like those two things.
That would just knock him out of whatever he's doing.
It'll knock him no matter what. But I have to have the Ghost there. The only thing that comes out regardless is if the ping pong thing goes off in the corner, it's gonna come out regardless.
Okay. And do you know if Johnny's game plan changes drastically depending on which summon you choose, or is it basically the same thing?
It would have to. It would have to, because of if you don't adapt to the fact that I have Ghost, then I'm gonna just run over you. I'm like, oh, you can't deal with this, or you don't know what to do. And when I have Ghost, you can't control that part of the screen that he's jumping to.
Okay.
So if he's like, oh, I'm just gonna jump up, I'm like, well, I'm gonna do stand and slash and make sure it keeps you honest. And if you don't do anything to stop me on that, then you basically just gave me the round.
Okay, so from what I figured out, and what's your game plan with the sword?
With the sword is another range thing. Okay. It's one of the few that gives me an actual fight with Johnny, because he has to be careful of the buttons he pushes. Okay. Because I can counter hit him, and my normals are like small combo damage comparatively, like to Johnny. Well, and only when I have sword though.
Okay. So. And then so from what I've deduced so far is that you want to be in that ass, and Johnny wants to keep you kind of at neutral space.
Yeah, he needs to keep me away, because like right there, when I did 5S, like he has to respect that move. There's really nothing he can do about it. He can like throw coin, but like it recovers fast enough where I can get the counter hit and I see it, I can still rush in.
And since you brought up coin, talk about that real quick. What's the coin system with Johnny?
The way the coin works is, it's like with each coin, his misfinder goes up levels. Misfinder level 1 doesn't do anything, it's just a clean hit. Okay. Misfinder level 2 wall bounces and it gives him a combo.
Okay, so he's definitely trying to get to level 2 and above. Okay.
And you can store it. So like when he goes in the misfinder position, he can actually store it.
So there's the misfinder right there.
Well, no. That's just regular miss. That's misfinder level 3.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, but yeah, it's like I have to be careful. But it got to the point, like I said, where he was getting really frantic. I'm like, oh, he's really trying to stay in this spot where he thinks I can't get to him.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, like my game plan drastically changed. I'm like, he can't deal with me with not having that spot available to him because he wants to control so much space. So that's why I started.
Which spot are you talking about specifically?
It's like the regular neutral jump range.
Okay.
Like if the two characters started at the beginning of the screen, his neutral jump range right there, that's what I'm speaking.
That's where he wants to be.
That's where he wants to be. That's why he even FRC'd it to get to that position and keep his pressure up, but I didn't let him.
So after you recognize that, you game plan went from getting that ass to make sure this space is controlled and then getting that ass.
That's why I got Ghost right there and I instantly jump back slash with Ghost. See, as you can see, I'm trying to keep something there at all times. Get Ghost back, jump back, throw out Ghost. But like I said, I have to be careful because his normals are doing a really good job at keeping me out. But the damage is already done now.
Yeah.
Because I've had that much control.
Okay, and so, Zappa, you like to get them in the corner, trap them, not let them get out of pressure. What are some of Johnny's ways to actually get out of Zappa's pressure?
The only way I see is he has to be careful, depending on the summon I have. He has a 2H, 2S. Those moves control so much ground space that like even if I spit at point blank range, it'll trade with me, and if he has level 2 misfinder, he can probably still get the trade and recover fast enough to get a combo.
Okay, and early in this round we saw 2 early bursts from both of you. Can you talk about when is the proper time to burst?
It just depends, because there's 2 kinds of bursts, like we said before. Like we have the regular defensive burst, which is blue, but it is vulnerable to throws, and you can be hit on your recovery on the way down. And then you have gold burst, which is an offensive burst, and that gives you full meter, and that's when you're being attacked and not in the middle of a combo. It's just basically a whiff punishment.
Okay, and then so like in this game like this, where it's the first round and you both got pretty early hits where you knew it was going to lead to substantial damage, you guys chose to burn the burst early, knowing that you'd get another one because the set's so early, correct? Okay. So that's good to understand. And so you said that, that neutral jump range. So what about you when you're in the corner like this? What are you trying to do to get out of the corner and get your space back?
It just depends. It really depends. It varies a lot. If I don't have any summon, I'm doing stand and slash, which is the spit. It's a hit move, and if it hits the ground, it puts you in slip.
Okay.
That gives me a free summon, and I can just run in and basically get some kind of offensive ground back, or I'm trying to summon, and depending on the summon is really different. If I get sword, probably gonna do standing slash or crouching slash or just standing hard slash. If I get ghost, 5S or jump back, kick ghost, which bounces on the ground, or straight forward depending on his position. If I get dog, I'll do standing 5 dust, which is just the projectile hit to make sure he respects it and try to bait a hit. Because if he hits the neutral 5D from dust, from dog dust, then I can run in and get a free counter hit combo at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the beginning of a round like this, so what is going through your head at the beginning of a round like this, where everybody's neutral, there's nothing, you don't have a round advantage, no nothing?
I want to get back space enough to get 1 summon off.
Okay.
So, and at that point, like I want to see. It just depends. Depending on the person I'm fighting, I'm going to see how much ground they're going to give me. But Joe's really smart. Like, he really played that smart. He never once stopped attacking me if he didn't have to. He like right there. He just made sure he stayed in close enough to counterattack me or make me to stay respectful. So basically, it's just ground game control, because I have to get a summon off, and if he doesn't let me get a summon off, then I have to I have to wait for it. It's that much harder.
So Zappa rushes down, but he also gets rushed down.
Yeah. Oh no.
No?
The way it works the same way. Like if he blocks and I have anything at my disposal besides neutral summon and bar, then I'm gonna rush in. But if I don't, sometimes I want to use the timer to try to get a specific summon. Like, so if you don't rush me down, then I'm gonna get the summon I want.
Okay.
So it's basically all about like that spacing tools. Once again, I see him jumping, and I get the wall throw right here. I push him in the corner, and this is perfect because then I get dog. I really tried to bait that burst. I remember that right now. I wanted that burst so bad. I didn't think he was going to burst that early though. I thought he was going to block one and then try to burst because dog was there.
And then with Rao, talk about Rao for a minute. How powerful is Rao?
Rao is really, really powerful. The fact is, like, once I got Rao out, it wasn't easy because, like I said, he kept attacking, but he kept jumping also. So I was like, oh, he's not respecting Rao's space. So right now, I can do really whatever I want. That, and if I have full meter with Rao, I don't really care about hitting you. I want your guard bar to go all the way up. So chances are I'm probably going to wait, get super, spin that super, get your guard bar flashing, so any hit that I hit you with is going to be a counter hit combo, and it's going to hurt a lot because your guard bar is all the way up.
All right. So, okay, so talk about like Faultless defense for a second. Is there certain moves that you want to Faultless defense in this matchup?
Yeah, oh yeah. I have to Faultless defense 5K. I got that from playing one of my friends. I have to Faultless defense 5K because if I don't, he can get like a small confirm off of it, maybe coin. And if he has level 2 misfinder, he actually gets a full combo. Okay. So that and I have to be careful on the ground because his normals are really good range-wise. Like on the ground, you don't really have to Faultless him as much, but you want to make sure you get the pushback so he can't keep you in the zone where he's safe to keep hitting you with those normals and taking off those chunks and baiting those counter hits. So that's what you're really looking for.
Okay, so yeah, at the neutral space, like you said, Johnny is superior to Zappa at the neutral space.
Yeah.
Especially when he doesn't have a summon.
Yes.
When he has a summon, it gets a little bit more even. He has a little bit more chance to fight.
Yeah.
So let's say, so what are your strategies to get in on Johnny's good range normals and his space control?
Okay, if he does, I believe it's a standing slash, that move,
yeah,
I can punish the recovery of, you can actually punish the recovery on, I think it's standing slash as well as a standing hard slash. It's just not blocking the move at all. Okay. You don't want to block it because if you block it, then it basically puts him, I think he's just a small frame advantage, but you just don't want him to have that space to control or else you get hit just like that.
Yeah.
So you want to Faultless those normals to have him push back enough to where he has to respect you.
Gotcha. And we've seen Rao just go to work at the end right there. So that was, just Rao in the corner. You don't have much hope, right?
Yeah. It just depends. I mean, you can fight Rao. It's really dangerous, but you have to know your spots because he can definitely kill you that much faster.
Okay, I believe this is the last game of the set. So have you, watching this back, have you noticed anything that you might have done differently or something that you didn't really pick up on that he was doing the first time around?
It just would have been, I gave away too much, as in I didn't undersell him, but I didn't respect the range that he was trying to control at the beginning. Okay. Had I respected that range, it wouldn't have been as difficult for me to get in on him. Yeah. But even still, Joe's a really smart player. So I right there, I was at the perfect range to dodge to dodge coin. But that move I still could have got a combo on that if I wasted the bar on it. And like I said, right now, I'm just using normals. Those I don't even have Rao out. It's just the normals from the sword. They take off that much damage or he has to respect me. So right now I'm kind of sweating, but I'm like, man, I just got to get out of the corner. Yeah. And he wanted to keep me in the corner, so he jumped up to meet me, and that's why I earth threw him. So right now I'm in cruise control right now. I'm like, yo, I just have to be careful. Now he's in level 2 coin. I got to respect it. Okay. That move is not safe, so I knew I can dash in and punish it. But I dropped the combo, get the counter hit, because like I said, he kept trying to jump to that spot. And like I said, this is just sword. This is all sword. This is all the damage he took from sword.
Yeah, and like you said earlier that you prefer dog, but the sword gives you a kind of fighting chance at the neutral game, gives you a little bit more range.
Right. So like I said, he lost 80% just off of sword normals. I don't even have I have 1 orb, and I did all that damage with sword by itself. Now right here, it's a guessing game, and I don't know why I didn't block that, but I thought the dog was going to eat the burst. Okay. So that's probably why I didn't block it. I kind of do that on purpose.
Got you to try to bait it out and whatnot. So you got the ghost again, looking to wrap it up.
Yeah, like I said though, once I saw the space he was trying to control,
that's definitely
And in all honesty, I knew that was about to happen. I already knew. When he was attacking, I was like, this move is this ping pong, and I saw it out the corner of my eye. I'm like, he's gonna hit a button, and this is gonna hit him. And even if it didn't kill him, the combo after it, because he just used his burst and he had Faultless. So the only thing he could have did, if he played it right, he could have just he stood there and Faultlessed it, because the ghost had just disappeared. So they had just appeared. So I would have to either hit slash to make him respect me, or wait for that pressure to come from that. And if he would have blocked the guy a little more meter back, he could have Faultless me all the way out and reset the position, but he didn't. So.
All right. So guys, that was a quick little breakdown analysis of Steve's first to 5 with Joe last week, the Johnny player. I hope you guys enjoyed going inside Steve's head a little bit, see what what the game plan is and why he did certain things during Guilty Gear matches. Hopefully that clears him up. I want to do this more. It was pretty cool. I do want to learn, why people do the things they do in this game. That's one of the most things that fascinates me about fighting games and life in general. So thank you, Steve, for bringing it down for me.
No problem.
Leave some comments if you guys have any feedback that you want to let us know.
Yeah, we'll have this isn't by far like the end of our Guilty Gear exploration. This is just like, wet the waters, put some on your tongue and let you think about it.
Yeah, and not the end of the tutorial vids either.
No.
It's just some side thing that we had an idea of.
We just want you guys, I feel like it's better to see matches played because
me too, that's how I feel.
That way you can take in a lot more of the information, especially like you said, doing this. This gives you a lot better insight into what they're doing. So.
All right, guys. So, catch us on Cross Counter on YouTube for some more videos.